I manage the Business Diversity Program for the Procurement Services, the Operations Services Division. And so let's get to it. I have a lot of information. So this is our organizational chart. I'm part of the Procurement Services Division, like I said. Our Director of Operations is Mr. Edward Romero. Kim Tochi, she is our Assistant Director of Contract Management. Lorena Ramos is our Assistant Director of Procurement Services. And then I am the Assistant Director of Business Diversity Program. And then we also have our contract specialists, our contract administrators, and our procurement specialists as well. So our Business Diversity Program launched March 2018 for our 2016 bond. Our mission is to promote, encourage, and support the growth of our SWIMBs program, which is small women minority-owned business enterprises. We wanted to increase participation for certified and qualified SWIMBs, bring awareness of our program, and to achieve at least 20% of the total dollar value of awarded contracts to certified SWIMB vendors, professional services, contractors, and also subcontractors. So our commitment is, as what I said, 20% of our total dollar value of awarded contracts. So what does that mean? Our 2016 bond was $450 million. So 20% of that is 90 million. And now our newest bond is 1.2 billion. So 20% of the total dollar value of awarded contracts for SWIMB is $240 million. And so we wanted to thank all our voters in our community for voting for the 2020 bond. And Rosalie Cavazos is our contract administrator that's going to be managing the 2020 bond. So just get her information if you have any questions. And I'll be going over that in a few moments or in the slides going forward. So how do you become a vendor with SAISD? So we encourage everybody to register on our portal. So this portal, this is where all our solicitations are going to be coming out for our bond as well. And for bond 2020, we also have Heartbeat that would have our solicitation just for bonds coming out for CMAR or our CSP, which we haven't decided yet what we're going to do with that because we just selected our architects, which are going to start designing. So in the fall, we might do a CSP or a CMAR solicitation around September, October. If you follow me on LinkedIn or if you contact me, I will let you know what we decided what we're going to do. But those are two solicitations that we're repointing, was be Bonfire or Heartbeat for that big solicitation. So when you register with us, this is what you would see. You would go to new vendor registration. And then once you create your account, you would log in through here. You can see open public opportunities, which where you would see these three open opportunities right now as we speak. This is what we have. If you are a project management company or firm, today at 5 p.m., after 5 p.m., we are going to have a huge solicitation coming out for project management services. So I don't know when it closes, but I know that we do need it now, and it's part of our bond 2020. And that's after 5 p.m. That solicitation comes out today, project management services. So it's going to be here at the open public opportunity. So you can view that today after 5 p.m. And you can also review our past public opportunities, and that's previous contracts as well. And so that's going to be at this link right here. If you want me to share that with you, I can. You can just email me, or I could put it in the chat box after this presentation. So we can go over that after this presentation as well. So these are the certification agencies that we do accept as part of our SWIMB program. If you do have a different certification that you're certified by, we can get it approved by our Director of Operations, and that's there's just no, just let me know. But we do recommend the South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency because we are part of their board. We've been part of their board for 16 years. So our vendor packet, if you have never done business with SAISD, I will go ahead and send you this vendor packet. It's just a 3-pager that we use, and basically it creates a vendor number for you, so that way we can send you a PO for you to get paid. So if you're discussing something with a campus or a department and they give you this vendor packet, you would just send it back to them and then they'll get you processed. We are a decentralized district. So any campus or department that wants to do business with you, they can, and that's how we are. We're just decentralized, and it would just be up to the departments to utilize your services. So when you get a contract with SAISD, you'll receive an award letter, and this is an example of an award letter, what it looks like. You'll receive your contract administrator, the date, the notice of award, the item of description, the amount, and then just information and who to contact if you have any questions. Sometimes you'll receive it via email, sometimes you'll receive it through the mail, or sometimes you'll receive both. We do give out multiple vendor awards. So if you do receive a multiple vendor award, it's included for district-wide use. So keep in mind, it's just as a need basis, and it depends on the funding. So if you are a multiple vendor award and one of our campus or department contacts you, you just need to provide them the bid number or a co-op contract and the price quote. If you do change the price quote on from the contract, then you just delay the whole process. So you want to keep it as the same price quote with the same bid number and the co-op contract or the co-op contract number from the multiple vendor award. So what we look for when you submit bids. So what we look for is past experience, demands, and delivery. So past experience would be, have you worked with a school district? Do you accept school district POs, net 30 payment terms, delivery, demands, swim vendors? So it just depends on the department or campus needs. So let's just say, for example, a school needs 500 chairs and they need it in 2 days. So can your company deliver 500 chairs in 2 days? So we just looked at the delivery and the demand of it. And that's what the contract administrators look for in a solicitation, or, you know, when you submit a bid, can you meet those demands? For capital improvements construction, can your company do this scope of work? Do you have the financial stability? Do you have that bond capacity? Do you have, you know, subcontractors or the staff for that? So they just look at all those terms for those bids when you submit that. So it just goes for experience, demand, delivery. That's what they look for. So the one thing that I wanted to mention is the contract administrators, a lot of times when CMARs, contractors, primes, subcontractors, when they're trying to submit for solicitations for bonds, they don't complete their documentations. And so when this happens, they get disqualified. And so you want to make sure you complete all your documentations. So they said to make sure all your forms are completed, do not leave anything blank. If you do want to leave something blank or it doesn't apply to you, make sure you put NA. Add past references from your previous scope of work. If you run out of, you know, from the solicitation, if you run out of space, you know, get another page, write down the information you need to write down, add more pages, add attachments of your qualifications. If you don't provide this information, you lose out on major points. So the more information you provide to the contract administrators, the more points you get, the more you know, information that they have from your company. And it just helps them to decide better for that solicitation. And this is for a bond. So you want to make sure you put as much information as you can. Another thing is list your subcontractors as well. So if you already know, if you're a prime contractor, CMAR, and you already know your subcontractors you're going to be working for, you want to list them. If you know that they're certified and qualified as a SWMB, you want to know when they expire or if they're up to date. If they're up to date, you want to add their certification. This will give you major points because you do get counted for that. So add their certification as attachments, make sure they're up to date. If they're going to expire, put down that month or date. Also, if you have projects in process, discuss, what kept you from completing your project, or if you're still in the process of completing the project, add additional documents if needed. Just make sure that you just have add every detail that you need to know in information. Past projects, add a punch out list, make sure to close out in a timely manner before starting a new project. So those are just the major points that they told me that they always see. Subcontractors, CMARs, contractors and primes always make mistakes, but always make sure to complete your documentation. Don't leave anything blank. If you have to, put NA. And so this is our contact info for our procurement services. And these are your 3 main ladies that you would want to know. So this person right here, Rosalie Cavazos, our contract administrator, she is the one that's going to be managing our bond 2020. And she is going to be the guru for our bond 2020 solicitations. So now as a subcontractor, if you see a solicitation come out for a bond 2020, and it's a big solicitation, and you don't have the bond capacity for that, but you want to do this job and you're very interested. We do have pre-bid proposal meetings, and this is a great networking event or way for you to meet a CMAR, a GC, or a contractor, and you go to this pre-bid meeting because we do have them and we're going to start doing them. And you go meet these primes and you tell them, I'm a subcontractor, but I do want to do this job. And this is your way to get your foot in the door and introduce yourself. But this is also a way for you to get information about the solicitation as well. So Rosalie Cavazos is going to be heading up these pre-bid meetings as well. And this is information for you to write down her phone number and her email address as well, so you can know what's coming up and the pre-bid meetings as well. So that's just information for you to know. We are gearing up for that. So the solicitations will be coming up periodically. And so the next one that's going to be coming up is today after 5 p.m., which is going to be for the project management services. And then also for our next bond 2020 event is going to be, save the date, May 26th. We're partnering up with the Hispanic Contractors Association. It's going to be a meet and greet our architects for our bond, and there's 21 architects, and it's going to be just a mixer and just a meet and greet, and that way you can know our architects and network with them. If you're a subcontractor, they're going to be working on our bond, and it's just a great way for you to meet more architects. So just network and make sure that you're out there, and there's a lot of jobs. We have $1.2 billion, 90 million of those are going to IT as well. So if you are IT vendor, make sure you do register on our portal, because that's a big solicitation as well too. So any questions for me? This is my information. You can email me, you can call me. Just let me know if you have any questions. I am here to assist you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, April. There aren't any questions at this time, but we will be creating a topic under our community section of HUVA. And if you do have any questions for April, you can go ahead and put them on there. And April, I love that you included the polls on your session. Way to utilize HUVA. I love it. So,
you're welcome.
Y'all stay tuned for the next session that's starting at 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, April. Bye-bye.
Bye.